Hi, I'm Isaac and you're watching Isaac's Bushcraft and Survival. Today I'm going to be starting a fire with the 3 fire starters that we made in a previous video. As you can tell, it's a little bit more wet out here. I don't know if you can see that very well, but in today's video I figured I'd show you how to start a fire with the 3 fire starters that we made in a previous video. Because right now is not ideal conditions. There's like 25 miles per hour wind gusts, and it rained about 2 inches last night. So it makes it a little bit more challenging to start a fire. Actually a lot more challenging because everything's soaked. So we're gonna be trying to see if we can get a fire started, and I will be showing you that. So let's get started. Okay, so we have all our items here to get our fires going. I'm showing you basically 3 separate fires. First one will probably be the cotton balls and Vaseline, which is a great one. That's traditionally pretty good one. After that, I will be showing you, there's a helicopter or an airplane actually right in the distance here. It's kind of loud. But basically the next one we'll be doing is, I made this one myself. Basically it's a mixture of sawdust or pencil shavings, wax, and Vaseline. So it burns kind of similar to the cotton balls, would be slightly different. A different one that I did, which sounds hazardous. I mean, it's not hazardous to make, but it's a mixture of soap shavings and gasoline, which sounds dangerous. Making it, you gotta be careful. Like I say, you gotta be careful so you don't like go up in flames while you're making it. But I'm gonna be testing all 3 of these and see which ones perform the best with the conditions we're in right now, because it's gonna be windy. It's really rainy. Well, not rainy right now, but it rained overnight yesterday, so everything's wet, everything's soaked. So we'll see how we can get fire going with these. I'm gonna start with the Vaseline and the cotton ball. We'll see how that performs. I'm gonna just use one, fluff it up and put some Vaseline in it. We'll see how this one can get fire going. I don't know. I haven't tested this a whole lot in this weather. But we'll be testing that out. Roll it up good and tight with the Vaseline inside. I'll be setting it over here. Put my Vaseline away. And I'm just gonna be using some Strike Anywhere matches to start these fires. I gotta get my hands, get rid of all that Vaseline on them. I'll just be taking one of our matches and we'll be testing it out and seeing how it works. Move all this stuff over so it doesn't catch fire. Okay, there we go. So ignited. We'll see how we'll let it get burning for a little bit. It's actually raining. I think it may be sprinkling. Yeah, it's starting to sprinkle, so that's actually a really good test for these. Okay, so as you can see, it's burning really good. It's starting to sprinkle actually a lot right now. There's a few sprinkles around, so hopefully this works really well to get our fire going. We shall see. I'm just gonna get ready to put some of our kindling over it. Try not to smother it. We'll see how well this one works. It's good because it'll burn for about a good 5 minutes, which will help it get the moisture out of the wood and start burning. So we'll see how well this one burns. Could take some time to get started. We'll let that one get going first. I'll put this cotton balls and stuff away. We'll see how effective it works. It's actually getting it burned out, the moisture out of it pretty well. It's just taking time. Yeah, it's actually starting to get ignited. As you can see, there's smoke all over because it's wet. But it's a very, very wind resistant one, so it'll burn very well. I'm gonna be getting this fire going with our mix of wood shavings, Vaseline, and wax. As you can see, I'm just gonna let that one burn, see how it works. This one's kind of the same principle. Just gonna take some of this. Hopefully that keeps going. I'm not gonna blow on it too much because I want to see how it goes naturally by itself. Come on, get my knife out of here for my multi-tool. But I'm gonna cut off a bit here. Got our little bit of wax and sawdust, so we'll see how that performs compared to the Vaseline and cotton balls. That one's actually burning pretty well. It's getting it started. Takes time. Like I said, we had 2 inches of rain last night, so that made everything a lot harder. It rained throughout the night, so early this morning it still was raining. So, but no, this is actually surprisingly getting that going. I'm gonna attempt to light this one right here. I'm just gonna set this stuff beside it so you know which one's which that we're testing, so you know which one it works best. See if we can get this one going. Hope this one gets going. It might take a little time to get started. Seems to be a little bit more finicky. We'll let that one get burning a little bit more. It takes a little bit longer. Oh, that one's actually burning amazing. I'm honestly surprised. I did not know it would work that well. Like, it's baking the heat out of the wood and actually getting it burning. So I'm surprised at that. We're gonna let this one get burning a little bit more before we pile on the sticks. That way it doesn't just go out instantly. As you can hear, I don't know if you can hear, but it's hissing slightly because all the moisture coming out. Might be harder for you to hear, but it's hissing because of the moisture. So I'm just gonna stack our wood on here, see how well this one does. Make sure it doesn't have too much wood on it so that actually can get going. We'll see. I'm not gonna smother it, but this one's burning amazing. I'm honestly, like I said, I'm honestly surprised. We'll see how this one goes here. Which one works best. Then we'll try the gasoline one. Wow, that is amazing. I did not think it would burn that well. I mean, you can get a great fire started with the gasoline, or not gasoline, sorry, the Vaseline and cotton balls. We'll see how this one performs. This one burns longer than the Vaseline and cotton balls. But you see how well they did, so this one should be a snap. Next one we'll try afterward is we're gonna try our gasoline and soap mixture. So we'll see how well that burns. I'm gonna get a good old dollop here. I need to find some sort of stick I can scoop it with. Let's see. Break off one here. So I have our gasoline and soap mixture. I'll just set that here. I'm not gonna probably use that much, it's a lot. Let's see, I'm probably just gonna do a little bit like this. Perfect. I'm gonna keep this away from the flames because I don't want to start a fire in our container and have it melt, so I'm gonna light this one here. Nope, 2. See? Did you see how instantly that ignited? So now I'm just gonna keep sticks on top of it. We'll see if they can get this ignited. I'm gonna cover it with a big old pile of sticks just so we can see it burning. We'll see how effective that one is. That's a mixture of the soap and the gasoline. This one's the glue stick one that I made, which is a mixture of solid wax, Vaseline, and sawdust. That one burns very well. The cotton one went out because it already burned up the sticks that I needed to burn up. So, but if you want to keep the fire going, that one works amazing. As you can tell, this one's working great as well. It's getting the fire going very well. And like I said, as you can see, there's smoke billowing out of the ends of these sticks. And that's because of all the wet moisture in it. It's insane how much moisture there was. I'm honestly astounded and surprised at how effective these are working. The only one I see that might have trouble is this one. I don't know. It doesn't burn as long as the cotton ball and Vaseline and the stick of our fire starter. But we'll see. It seems to be doing a pretty good job. It just takes time. But no, as far as which one of these are better, I'm gonna wait till that one starts up better, but we'll see. They're all about similar. I'd say this one's really good because it's burning hot right now, but there's still residual bits of the stick left in there, so it's still gonna burn hot, so that even if you add more wet wood to it, it'll still burn good. Same with the Vaseline and cotton ball one. This one's taking a lot longer to get going. I think a lot of the gasoline and soap is burned away, so it's starting a bit sluggish. But this one's like, I think working even better than these ones. So I think as far as it goes, for the situation you're in, it depends on which one you want to use. I'd say the cotton ball and Vaseline is a great one, a great option. I'd say this one's probably the third best option. These two are the best. I think I like the stick of fire starter a little bit better, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to decide because with these, the cotton ball and Vaseline, it's hard because you don't have anything to store them in very well, so it gets a bit harder to store it in a container, and you get Vaseline all over the place. That's why I like these. These are really clean. You just take off a piece, cut it, there you have it. Light it with a match, you're done. With these, what you can do with the cotton balls and Vaseline is you can coat it in Vaseline, and then you can make it very small and put it inside like a drinking straw, and you can cut it the ends and crimp them with like a needle nose, and then just use a lighter to seal both ends, and then you have a fire starter that you can rip the cotton ball out of and get great fire going with it. So that option would work, but it takes a little bit longer. So I don't know which of these is my favorite, honestly. This one's actually starting to get going well. So I'm not sure. As far as wet conditions goes, I don't know. The gasoline one's very, very helpful because it produces an instant hot flame like that. The one with the stick takes a little. The one with the stick of our fire starter mixture takes a little bit longer. It takes a little bit longer to ignite because it's just like a solid block. But these ones, I don't know. I think it depends on what you're going for. If you're going for something that ignites very readily, very easily, and very quickly, like if you want something that could ignite with just a ferro rod, Vaseline and cotton balls and our gasoline one work amazing for that. If you want something that that's a little bit harder to ignite, but burns way longer, I'd go for the stick of our fire starter here, which is the mixture of Vaseline, wax, and pencil shavings. That one burns longest out of all of these, and it burns the hottest, but it's also the hardest to get started. So, I mean, if you have matches or a lighter, I'd say this one's all around best. But if you want to use something that gets a fire going good, and all you need is a ferro rod, use cotton balls and Vaseline or our mixture of soap, and shavings, and gasoline. So, I hope you learned something in this video. I was honestly surprised at how well these worked with the conditions I'm in. Because like I said, everything is wet. Like this log is soaked. So, I had to go and find some upright branches, which are slightly drier. They're still soaked, but this test did extraordinarily well. So, yeah. I hope you learned something. If you like my content, please consider subscribing and leaving a like.
And please leave a comment of what you think you'd like to see next, because I'm always open to comments. And I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.